Access your free language gifts right now before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Learning to Cook Conversation Cheat Sheet. Learn all the must-know cooking phrases with this new cheat sheet. Download it for free right now. Second, the Most Common Adjectives PDF ebook. You'll master over 90 common adjectives with this bonus PDF picture ebook. You can download and review it on any device. Third, how to talk about your weekend. If you can't talk about your weekend plans, then this 1-minute lesson will get you speaking. You'll learn the must-know phrases like sleep, hang out with friends, play video games, and much more. Fourth, how to count from 0 to 100. Do you know how to count from 1 to 10? How about to 100? This quick word list will get you mastering numbers in just a minute. Fifth, the 50 most common verbs all beginners must know. Do you know all of these verbs? If not, this lesson will drill the 50 most common verbs into your head. Just use the free audio slideshow tool inside. Sixth, our big collection of language learning audiobooks. Want free access to our huge library of beginner-level audiobooks? Then click the link below. Save the audiobooks to your device and listen and learn. They're yours to keep forever. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master the language with real lessons by real teachers and our complete language learning system, get 40% off Premium or Premium Plus with the Epic sale. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the description below. Download them right now before they expire.
Hello there, my beautiful friends of SpanishBall101.com. As you might know, my name is Diego.
And I'm Efrain.
And in today's video, we have a very interesting topic, and that's the verbos comodines. But hey, what's a comodín? Well, a comodín is basically a jack of all trades. So today we're going to talk about verbs that you can use in many situations and that can replace other verbs.
Exactly.
In case you don't remember another verb, you can use one of these comodines. So if you're interested, guys, enjoy this video.
Woo!
Okay guys, so how many times has it happened to you that you want to use a specific verb but are struggling remembering what verb is that?
Yeah.
So don't you wish to have a verb that you can use in many situations, and whenever you don't remember that verb that you're trying to use, you can just stick to one verb? Well, that's the function of un verbo comodín.
Yeah.
Or a verb of jack of all trades, something like that. And well, in this video, we're going to check several verbos comodines that you can use when you don't remember a more specific verb. So why don't we start with this list?
Let's go.
And to start this list, we have, first of all, the verb poner. And the verb poner can be used in so many situations. It can be literally translated as to place or to put, just like that. Poner is to place or to put. Now, the first use, very common, that we can use for poner is poner as añadir.
Sí.
Poner as añadir. For example, oye, no pongas tanta crema a tus tacos.
Oh.
No pongas tanta crema a tus tacos. The second use of poner is poner as in hacer gestos. Poner as in hacer gestos. For example, oye, ¿por qué pones esa cara? No pongas esa cara. Then the next use of poner is when you can use poner for expressing something. Poner más una emoción. ¿Ok? Por ejemplo, esa noticia puso feliz al niño. Esa noticia puso feliz al niño.
Sí, sí. Exacto. But you can also use the reflexive form of poner. Ponerse plus an adjective. Ponerse plus an adjective for expressing that you acquire an emotion. For example, me pone nervioso hablar en público. Me pone nervioso hablar en público.
Muy bien.
Yeah.
Another very common use of poner is poner as to vestir. Vestir.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for example, ¿quién pone ropa a sus perros? ¿Quién pone ropa a sus perros?
Yo.
Yo también.
Yo también.
Yo también.
But also, you can use the reflexive form. Ponerse plus a cloth.
Ujú.
So, to wear. Me pongo mi mejor traje para la fiesta de 15 años. Me pongo mi mejor traje para la fiesta de 15 años.
Nice.
Sí, también me pongo mis mejores trajes para las bodas.
¿También?
Y también me pongo mis mejores trajes para salir a bailar salsa.
Tú no bailas salsa.
Sí bailo salsa,
No bailas salsa.
And last, ponerse a hacer algo. To start doing something.
Ujú.
¿Sí? Por ejemplo,
Which is a synonym of empezar o comenzar a hacer algo, ¿no?
comenzar a hacer algo. Ajá. For example, me puse a hacer la tarea al terminar mi película. Me puse a hacer la tarea al terminar mi película.
Ujú.
Yeah,
Good.
I started doing my homework.
Did you finish it?
No, but I finished
But I stopped.
my movie. I finished my movie.
The second verbo comodín is quedar. And quedar can also be used in many situations.
Ajá.
One of the most common ones is to fit. Okay?
Exacto.
To fit, quedar, as in the clothes.
Ujú.
For example, esta playera me queda bien.
Ajá.
Esta playera me queda bien.
Ujú.
Or, esta playera te queda un poco holgada. Esta playera te queda un poco holgada.
Así fue el diseño. Es así, no es, no es
Ok,
apretado.
no es apretado.
No es apretado.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's go to the second one. And the second one is quedar as to remain or to be left. For example, creo que quedan algunas cervezas en el refri. Creo que quedan algunas cervezas en el refri.
Muy bien, excelente.
¿Y sí quedan?
No, ya me las acabé.
Que te odio.
Ya me las acabé.
Te odio.
Okay, so the next one is quedarse, which is a reflexive form of quedar as to be left.
Ajá.
But quedarse in this case is to remain or to stay in a place. This is a synonym of permanecer. Permanecer, okay? So for example, ¿por qué no nos quedamos esta noche en mi casa?
Okay.
¿Por qué no nos quedamos esta noche en mi casa? Ujú.
Very good. Ok, la siguiente es quedar de. Quedar de, which express an agreement.
Ujú.
As to agree. Ok.
Estar de acuerdo con, ¿no?
Estar de acuerdo con. That's the substitution. Quedar de. For example, mi hermana y yo quedamos de ir al cine. Mi hermana y yo quedamos de ir al cine.
Muy bien, excelente.
Ajá, quedar de plus infinitive.
Quedar también se puede usar con otra preposición y esa es como. Quedar como.
Ajá.
Y quedar como expresses the idea of reputation, okay? Which is a synonym of verse como.
Ajá.
Okay? Quedar como. Por ejemplo, quedaste como tonto cuando le hablaste a esa chica. Quedaste como tonto cuando le hablaste a esa chica.
Pero pues,
Quedaste como tonto.
pero tengo su número.
Un número de 5 dígitos, eso no existe.
Es falso.
Eso es falso.
Es falso. Ok, the last one is quedarse plus gerundio. To express a continuing action.
That's correct.
Ok, ahora, for example, váyanse, me quedaré estudiando. Váyanse, me quedaré estudiando. That's what you have to say when you are studying Spanish.
Okay, guys, so hopefully you are prepared for the next verb, and this verb is very commonly used in 5 situations. Okay, so let's get started with the first one.
Okay, the first one, tomar instead of beber. Tomar, to drink.
Exacto.
Tomo agua todas las mañanas. Tomo agua todas las mañanas.
Muy bien, excelente. Otro uso muy común es tomar sin agarrar or in Spain coger, ¿no? And that's to take or to grab. For example, toma tus cosas y vete. Toma tus cosas y vete.
Ajá.
Or toma un taxi.
Toma un taxi.
toma un taxi.
Exacto. Okay, the next one. Tomar instead of comer. Okay? So, to eat. When you forget the verb comer, which is not very common,
No, I don't think so.
what do you want to add? Like some words, maybe you don't want to repeat them. You can say, tomé el desayuno hace rato. Tomé el desayuno hace rato.
Muy bien.
Y ya son las 2 de la tarde.
Che flojo.
Tomé. O ya pueden tomar sus alimentos. Ya pueden tomar sus alimentos.
Muy bien.
So after praying, it's very common in my family that someone says, ya pueden tomar sus alimentos.
Okay, guys, so the next one is tomar en cuenta. Tomar en cuenta as in considerar.
Ajá.
Considerar, okay? For example, toma en cuenta que me duele mi espalda. No me pidas cargar mucho, por favor.
Okay.
Toma en cuenta que me duele mi espalda. No me pidas cargar mucho, por favor.
Okay, you can also use tomar en lugar de, instead of, ducharse, tomar un baño. Ajá. But also tomar un baño de sol.
Sí, exacto.
So, entonces, espérame tantito, voy a tomar un baño.
Sí.
O también, estoy tomando el sol
A la playa,
en la playa
con mi chelita.
con mi chela. Estoy tomando el sol en la playa con mi chelita, my beer.
Very complex. Okay, guys, so the last verbo comodín that we have for you is one very common as well, and that's the verb sacar.
Ajá.
Yes, sacar, that has many uses.
Yes.
The translation, or the most common translation of sacar, is to take out something.
Ajá.
Okay. However, we can also use sacar for sacar una foto.
Sí.
Instead of tomar una foto, or in some countries, hacer una foto.
Quitar una foto, they also have it in Paraguay.
Really?
Quítame una foto.
Wow, that's so weird.
But we say, sácame una foto or tómame una foto.
Yeah, wow, really? ¿Quitar una foto?
Sí.
For me, it's like to remove it.
Ajá. But they say
They use
quitar.
it. Nice, okay,
Ajá.
good. So, for example, vamos a sacarnos una foto.
Okay, so the next one is sacar as to win a lottery or maybe a raffle, okay? For example, me saqué la lotería ayer.
Ah, muy bien.
Me saqué la lotería ayer.
¿Cuánto ganaste?
¡1 peso!
Wow, pero ganaste.
Pero
algo.
gané algo,
¿Y
gané
cuánto te costó el
algo.
boleto?
200 pesos. el boleto 200, pero
¿Y ganaste un peso?
me gané 1 peso.
Bueno,
Algo.
Bueno, se siente bien, ¿no?
Se siente bien.
Okay, guys, so another use of sacar is as to release,
Ajá.
estrenar algo. For example, oye, ¿viste que sacaron la nueva película de Rápidos y Furiosos?
¿Cuál? ¿La 10?
La 10 o la 20, no sé cuál vaya. Pero sí, ¿ya viste que sacaron la nueva película de Rápidos y Furiosos?
Interesante. Okay, now let's go to the next one. And this one is sacarse, reflexive. But we use it mostly in its imperative version. En imperativo, in a command. For example, sáquense de aquí. Sáquense de aquí.
Leave.
Leave. En lugar de váyanse. Instead of váyanse. Sáquense de aquí. Or sácate de aquí.
Exactly.
Leave.
Instead of vete.
Instead of vete. Sácate de aquí. O sácate. Just sácate.
Another use of sacar is not to dare. O no atreverse, which is a synonym. Sacar, okay? So be careful because this verb actually the meaning is negative.
Ajá.
For example, Efraín, ¿vamos a ir al cementerio en la noche o le sacas?
No, no le saco.
So be careful here, le sacas o no te atreves. That's a synonym. ¿Vamos a ir al cementerio o no te atreves? O le sacas. And when he's saying no le saco es sí, sí me atrevo.
Sí me atrevo.
So it's kind of weird how it works, right?
Well, this is an idiomatic expression.
Ya, sacar. Ya, ¿le sacas o no?
Exacto. Well, and the last one, which is pretty obvious, sacar as to take out something. You can use sacar something, sacar algo, en lugar de llevar afuera.
Mhm.
Llevar afuera algo. Por ejemplo, saca la basura. Saca la basura. O lleva afuera la basura.
Very good.
Saca afuera la basura.
No, lleva afuera, ¿no?
Saca la basura, lleva afuera. Sorry, the confusion. That's it for today, my beautiful friends of SpanishPod101.com. Please give us your thumbs up, share this video with other learners, write your comments down there, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to click on the notifications, and don't forget to get your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com, where you can get tons and tons of free PDF cheat sheets.
Yeah, super cool.
No, en serio, super cool.
Yeah.
You were like,
No, seriously, super cool. That's super cool. See you in our upcoming video, guys. Hello there, my beautiful friends of SpanishPod101.com. Once again, as you might know, my name is Diego.
and I'm Efrain.
And in today's video, we're going to check when to use the definite and indefinite articles.
Yeah.
A topic that might seem easy, but do you truly know when to use them and when not?
Yeah, we all have mistakes there.
We all have mistakes, right? So that's what we're going to check. And if you're interested, guys, enjoy this video. Woo! Okay, guys. El, la, los, las, un, una, unos, unas are articles. We have definite and indefinite articles in Spanish. However, sometimes you don't need to use them. Do you truly know when to use the definite articles, the indefinite articles, and when they are not necessary? Well, the articles tell us three types of things. Number one, if they are masculine or feminine.
Yeah.
Number two, if they are singular or plural. And number three, if they are known or unknown by the speaker.
Of course.
So that's why we're going to divide this video in definite articles, indefinite articles, and no articles at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
let's get started. Okay, guys, so let's start with the definite articles. In Spanish, we have 4 definite articles. These are el, la, los, y las.
Exactly.
And these are going to be placed before a noun. Bear in mind that, of course, you need to know whether the noun is masculine and singular or plural, or feminine and singular or plural. For example, the word casa is singular feminine. In that case, the article is la casa. If it is casas, then it is feminine, it still is feminine, and plural. Therefore, it is las casas. In the case of departamento, it is masculine and it is singular. El departamento.
Yeah.
El departamento. But if we say departamentos, that becomes plural and it is still masculine. So it is los departamentos. And here you have it. These are the 4 different articles that we have. Okay, guys, so we highly suggest when you learn a new word, you need to know if it is masculine or feminine. Therefore, when you learn a new word, try to always learn it with el or la, right? Always. Okay, guys, now we can do a whole video talking about the genders, but bear in mind that there are so many exceptions and special cases. Yeah, sometimes it is not easy to remember if something is masculine or feminine, because sometimes it's even confusing, right?
Yeah.
Such as agua. So it is el agua, but it is a feminine word. And aula is feminine word, but it is el aula, right?
Okay.
And we have more exceptions, and we can do a whole video talking about it, but in today's one, we're going to check only when to use the definite, indefinite articles, or no articles at all.
Yeah.
Okay?
Muy bien.
Now, let's continue with this. These articles can be contracted when used with a preposition. So we have here 2 prepositions, which is the first one a and the second one de. When a is combined by el, we don't say a el, we say al. For example, you don't say voy a el cine.
No.
You say voy al cine. Okay? this mistake is very common with beginners, so bear in mind this, okay? A plus el, al.
Yeah.
Voy al cine. And de plus el, we don't say de el, we say del.
Exacto.
Right? Yo vengo del antro.
Okay.
Yo vengo del antro. Good. So, well, obviously in this case, antro is masculine. That's why it is de el, contracted, del. And cine is once again masculine. So that's why it is a el, we contracted, al cine.
Muy bien.
Now the thing is, when should we use the definite articles? We have two situations where we use them.
Yeah, the first one, when we are talking about something in particular. So, for example, the first example, yo soy el conductor designado de esta noche. Yo soy el conductor designado de esta noche. Since I'm the only one and the only designated driver, that's why I need to use a definite article. Let's do another one. La puerta de mi casa es de madera. La puerta de mi casa es de madera. So I have only one door. Well,
Yeah.
in the main entrance.
Or even if you have more than one door, you're being specific about the only one that is made of wood.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The second one, when you have mentioned something before, or it is present while we talk. For example,
¿Y la playera?
¿cuál playera?
Ah, la playera que traías ayer. ¿Dónde está?
Oh. Se quemó.
No.
Estaba cocinando.
Y se quemó.
Se quemó.
Okay. Okay, guys, so what happened in this case? In this case, I mentioned a t-shirt, but I'm not mentioning a particular one. However, since I'm going to refer back to the t-shirt that I mentioned before, I'm going to use now the article la playera, because now I'm being specific about which t-shirt I'm talking about, right? So, la playera que traías ayer.
Exacto.
Good. Another example could be, Efraín tiene una mesa. Efraín tiene una mesa. La mesa de Efraín es de madera. La mesa de Efraín es de madera. I'm referring back to what I talked about, which was one table. But I'm referencing de la mesa de Efraín. Okay, guys, so now let's continue with the indefinite articles. Los artículos indefinidos son también 4 como los artículos definidos. En este caso, we have un, unos, una, and unas. Un is going to be used for the masculine singular. Masculine plural, it is unos. Feminine singular is una, whether feminine and plural is unas. Okay? So, for example, I can say un amigo, unos amigos,
Muy bien.
unos amigos. With una, I can say una computadora,
Okay.
una computadora, or unas computadoras. Okay? The interesting thing about this is that they don't need contractions. As in the definite articles, they don't have contractions. Okay? Mañana voy a una boda.
Mañana.
Mañana voy a una boda. So we don't contract a una, no? Or mañana voy a un concierto.
Oh, muy bien.
Voy a un concierto.
Exacto.
You don't need to contract there, right?
Ajá.
Yeah. So now we're going to check when to use them.
Okay, when do we have to use them? The first one is when it is the first time you're mentioning it. For example, Carlos tiene un nuevo empleo. Carlos tiene un nuevo empleo.
Felicidades.
The second one, quiero darle un regalo a mi mamá. Quiero darle un regalo a mi mamá. Okay, the second use is that there are many other things like the one you're talking about. For example, necesito algo con qué escribir. ¿Me pasas una pluma?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's try to imagine there are several pens right there.
Exactly. So in that case, he's saying, "Me pasas una pluma," because out of many possibilities, he wants una pluma, which is one pen.
The second one. Hay unos chicos jugando básquetbol en el parque. Hay unos chicos jugando básquetbol en el parque.
Exactly. And in this case, well, this is just a subset of guys that are at the park. But he's referring to the guys that are playing basketball. So hay unos chicos jugando basketball. They are not the only ones, but they are like a group within another group.
Okay, muy bien.
Okay, guys, so now finally, last but not the least, we're going to check when you don't truly need to use articles.
Yeah.
Okay, so take into account that there are many situations, but we're going to tell you the most common ones. There are some situations that are very specific.
Yeah.
That probably are not worth mentioning, right? So we're going to tell you the most common situations. And the first one is
ser plus an occupation. Okay? Él es ingeniero. Yo soy psicólogo. Nosotros somos doctores. Okay, the second one. When you're using ser plus a religious faith or a nationality. For example, él es portugués. Ellos son ucranianos. Nosotros somos católicos.
Very good. Another very common use is for unspecified quantities. Okay? For example, ¿quieres chocolate en tu helado? ¿Quieres chocolate en tu helado? Here I'm not being specific about how much you want, right?
Yeah.
Very good. The second one is when you're going to use an individual name, okay, or a place. Okay. You don't truly need an article there. So, for example, voy a ir con Efraín a Grecia. Voy a ir con Efraín a Grecia. It would be weird to say voy con el Efraín a la Grecia. O voy con un Efraín a una Grecia.
Con un Efraín.
Con un Efraín. No, it would be so weird.
Sí. Another case is when you're talking about subjects or languages. So, for example, hablo francés. O escribo muy bien chino. But when you use the verb entender, you don't need the article. No entiendo el portugués. No entiendo el sueco. Okay? And there is another exception. When they are the subjects of the sentence, you need the article. Las matemáticas son difíciles.
Another very common case is when talking about seasons and means of transportation, but when you use the preposition en. Okay? So, for example, en verano me gusta usar shorts.
Muy bien.
En verano me gusta usar shorts. Or when you use means of transportations. So, for example, you can say, voy a la escuela en carro.
Okay.
Voy a la escuela en carro. O en tren. Or even en avión.
Okay, muy bien.
Very good.
But another case is when you're talking about months. And sometimes you need to use the preposition en. Nos vemos en febrero. En marzo termino mi tesis. En marzo termino mi tesis.
Diciembre es el mes más bonito del año por la Navidad.
Muy bien.
Very good. Okay. The last one is when you use medio or otro. For example, tú y yo nos encontramos a medio camino. Tú y yo nos encontramos a medio camino.
Muy bien.
In the middle of the road. O puedo decir, quiero otro café, por favor. Quiero otro café, por favor. We don't say, quiero un otro café.
No.
Quiero otro café, por favor.
Yeah. That's it for today, my beautiful family of SpanishPod101.com. We are very happy to have you here again. Please give us your thumbs up, write your comments down there, click on the notifications, and subscribe to this channel. Well, before subscribe to this channel and then click on the notifications, because you have to be a follower before that.
You're logic, man.
Well, anyway, and don't forget to get your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com.
Where you can get your free lifetime account as well.
No, man.
¿No?
Just PDF cheat sheets.
Ah, and the PDF cheat sheets. See you guys.
Nos vemos. Hey there, guys. What do you do? Every time I meet a girl online, they always say, I'm looking forward to meeting you.
Oh yeah? Do they say that?
Yeah, I don't like it, but they say it all the time.
Okay.
The thing is, how can you say I'm looking forward to in Spanish?
Well, sometimes I have heard people saying, no puedo esperar para. And if you're one of those people who say, no puedo esperar para, and you cannot come up with another alternative, then this video is for you. So, as you might know, my name is Diego.
And I'm Efrain.
And cue this video!
Whoa, chicas. Just kidding.
Okay guys, so one of the most common expressions in English is I'm looking forward to. The thing is that in Spanish, if you translate this literally, it makes no sense at all. So we have to come up with another way for saying that, and normally people say no puedo esperar para, but honestly this way is not common in Mexico.
Not really.
Not at all. I don't know if it's in another country, but at least in Mexico, that's not common at all. So that's why we thought, why don't we teach our viewers what are the most common ways for saying this? And that's why in today's video, we're going to show you some alternatives to I'm looking forward to in Spanish. So let's get started.
Let's go.
Okay guys, so the first one is by using adjectives, and for this we have two very common adjectives. The first one is ansioso and the second one is impaciente. Although this might not be the most common expression, sometimes you can hear it, and that's estar impaciente por o estar ansioso por algo, right? For example,
Por ejemplo, estoy ansioso por verte otra vez. Estoy ansioso por verte otra vez. Another one. Estoy ansioso por conocerte. Estoy ansioso por conocerte.
very good.
Pero vamos a ver un ejemplo con estoy impaciente por. Estamos impacientes por tu llegada. Estamos impacientes por tu llegada.
Very good. Notice how in this case he's using a noun. So it is not necessarily followed by a verb. It can also be followed by a noun. Estamos impacientes por tu llegada.
Exacto.
Okay, the second one is that you can use here two nouns. And that's hora and also momento.
Exacto.
So for this you will say no veo la hora de. No veo la hora de. Oye, or no veo el momento de. No veo el momento de.
Yeah.
Very good. So, for example,
Por ejemplo, no veo la hora de salir del trabajo. No veo la hora de salir del trabajo.
that's you after 1 hour of having worked here.
After 1 hour.
After just 10 minutes. Like, oh, no
I'm
veo
done.
la hora. Yeah, I'm done. No veo la hora de
Efra
salir
out.
del trabajo.
Okay, another example. No veo la hora de irme de vacaciones. No veo la hora de irme de vacaciones.
Yeah.
Muy bien.
It's always you as well. Those are your examples.
Ahora con no veo el momento de. Por ejemplo, maestra o maestros, no vemos el momento de tener clase con usted otra vez. No vemos el momento de tener clase con usted otra vez.
Very good.
Yeah, I would love them to write down
That?
right,
In the comments?
In the comments.
Or I would love to see, no veo la hora de que salga el próximo video.
Oh,
No veo la hora de que salga el próximo video.
okay.
I would love to read that.
Sí, genial.
Please. Okay, guys, so the number 3 is a verb that you already know, and that's the verb querer.
Mhm.
But it's not only querer all by itself. No, you need to add ya. Therefore, ya querer. And this ya is a very special word that you will hear in another example later. So,
Sí.
but the third one is ya querer. For example,
Luis dice que ya quiere ir al concierto. Luis dice que ya quiere ir al concierto. Another one. Ya quiero unos tacos.
¿ya quieres unos tacos? Te acabamos de comer, güey.
Quiero más.
¿Más?
Ya quiero unos tacos.
Okay, guys, here number 4 is with the verb esperar.
Ajá.
But not esperar all by itself, but also you need to include a noun. And this noun could be either con impaciencia o con ansias.
Yeah.
Therefore, esperar con impaciencia o esperar con ansias.
Sí.
For example,
Espero con impaciencia tener mi propia casa. Espero con impaciencia tener mi propia casa.
very good.
Another one. Espero con impaciencia mis clases de español. Espero con impaciencia mis clases de español.
Very good. Hopefully that's you guys.
Así, claro. Y también espero con ansias. Espero con ansias mi aguinaldo. Espero con ansias mi aguinaldo.
Very good.
¿Ya?
Okay, guys, and the last way for saying I'm looking forward to is the very well known tener ganas de.
Ajá.
But look carefully, because tener ganas de is also like to want. However, if you want to emphasize to look forward to,
Yeah.
okay, you can always include the word ya before. When you include ya, it is like to be waiting with impatience, right? To be waiting, to really look forward to. So remember, it's not only tener ganas de, but ya tener ganas de.
Exacto.
So, for example,
Ya tengo ganas de salir con mis amigos al boliche. Ya tengo ganas de salir con mis amigos al boliche.
ay, güey, me encanta el boliche.
Sí, genial. Otro. Ya tengo ganas de reunirme con todos a través de una fiesta en Zoom. Ya tengo ganas de reunirme con todos en una fiesta en Zoom.
Muy bien, muy bien. Sabes, aunque a veces puede ser un poco confuso porque ¿qué pasa cuando quieres expresar la idea de I'm looking forward to the course, por ejemplo?
Ok.
Pero quieres usar tener ganas o ya tener ganas de. En este caso, siempre en español debes de incluir el verbo. Entonces tienes que preguntarte cuál es el verbo ideal para esto. Y en este caso podría ser empezar el curso,
Ya.
tomar el curso,
Exacto.
comprar el curso.
Exacto.
Hay muchos verbos, ¿no?
Sí, como entonces sería ya tengo ganas de empezar el curso. Ya tengo ganas de tomar el curso. O ya tengo ganas de comprar el curso.
Todo depende de qué verbo. Pero no podemos decir ya tengo ganas del curso. No, doesn't sound that natural. Okay, guys, so here a quick note. Remember that, yes, of course, you can say ya tengo ganas de unos tacos. Yeah, but in this case, you're only emphasizing the fact that you want, that you truly crave some tacos. Okay? So, but in this video, we look at how to translate I'm looking forward to. Okay, so and in that case, you should always strive to use a verb or a suitable verb. Okay? Very good. Now let's get to the last part, and this is the Mexican way, because yes, we also have one extra expression that you might like.
Sí, claro.
And that's
Se me queman las habas. Well, you can use se plus indirect object plus queman las habas. Yeah. To be looking forward to, but in the Mexican way. For example, se me queman las habas por verte cara a cara. Se me queman las habas por verte cara a cara.
muy bien.
Or also, se me queman las habas por ver el partido de fútbol. Se me queman las habas por ver el partido de fútbol.
A mí se me quemaban las habas por ver el Super Bowl y fue un fracaso, no me gustó.
¿No te gustó?
No, nada.
Ah, bueno. That's it for today. Esperamos que este video les haya gustado. No vemos el momento para verlos otra vez.
Ya tengo muchas ganas de que nos escriban sus comentarios, poder leerlos y responderlos.
Exacto. Y se me queman las habas por grabar un nuevo video. Así que suscríbanse a este canal y den clic en las notificaciones, por favor. Share this video with other learners and see you in the next one. Hasta luego.
Hola mi familia de SpanishPod101.com. We are very happy to have you here. Of course, my name is Efra.
And I'm Diego, and who are you?
Hey, my name is Jess.
And she's gonna be here with us, helping us with this video that is gonna be very interesting, guys, and that's ambiguous genders. So, enjoy this video.
Woo!
Okay, guys, so today we're gonna check some genders that, as you might know, in Spanish we have basically two genders, masculine and feminine. But do you know that there are some words that can be used with either masculine or feminine? Yes, probably you already know some of them, and you're going to check a small but important and common list of words in this video. So let's get started. Okay, guys, so as I mentioned before, in Spanish we have two genders, masculine and feminine. This is quite important for you to know because all the nouns need to match either the articles but also the adjectives. Okay, so that's why it is important to know the gender of a noun. As you might already be familiar, in Spanish we have two types of articles. Artículos determinados, which for masculine it could be el or los, depending on if they are singular or plural, el singular, los plural, or feminine, la and las. But also, we also have los artículos indeterminados. Y los artículos indeterminados can be either un for masculine, unos for masculine, plural, or for feminine, una, singular, or unas, plural. Now, when it comes to differentiating between masculine and feminine, there are certain rules that we're not going to cover in this video. We're just going to give you a very quick review of the genders. Normally, you can identify a masculine noun when it ends with O. For example,
El perro. El perro de mi vecino es muy juguetón. El perro de mi vecino es muy juguetón.
nice, very good. Or when they end with a consonant, such as N. For example,
Un balón. Le voy a regalar un balón a mi hermano. Le voy a regalar un balón a mi hermano.
or even L. For example,
El árbol. Hay un árbol muy grande frente a mi casa. Hay un árbol muy grande frente a mi casa.
nice. Okay, guys. Now, when it comes to feminine words, normally feminine words end with A, with the vowel A. For example,
La pera. Mi fruta favorita es la pera. Mi fruta favorita es la pera.
wow, didn't know that. Awesome. Or,
Puerta. Enfrente de mi casa hay una puerta muy grande. Enfrente de mi casa hay una puerta muy grande.
good, very good. Now, there are some common endings that when you see them, you instantly know that the word is feminine. One of these very common endings is sion. Sion. For example,
Una canción. Me gusta bailar mucho una canción. Me gusta bailar mucho una canción.
just one.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, even though there are more endings, we're not going to cover them because actually now we're going to see what an ambiguous gender is. Okay, guys, so as I said before, normally the feminine words end with A, but beware that not all the words that end with A are gonna be feminine. And well, a good rule of thumb is that all the words that come from Greek and that they end with ma are gonna be actually masculine. We have more rules, but as I said, we're not going to focus on that in this video. So now let's see some examples.
Sistema. El sistema educativo en México es muy diferente al de Estados Unidos. El sistema educativo en México es muy diferente al de Estados Unidos. Or we have another one. Problema. El problema es que Efraín siempre llega tarde. El problema es que Efraín siempre llega tarde. And the last one. Emblema. El emblema de la Cruz Roja es una cruz roja. El emblema de la Cruz Roja es una cruz roja.
Mind-blowing fact. Okay, guys, so now let's check what an ambiguous gender is. Basically, these are words that are masculine and feminine at the same time. Yes, that's correct. They basically depend on where you are geographically speaking. Oh my god, that was a very hard word to pronounce. And also a common use. In Mexico, we use some genders that in another country might be feminine or masculine or even both within the same country. So one of these words and very common is sartén. Sartén that could be either masculine or feminine. El sartén o la sartén. For example,
El sartén se utiliza para cocinar. El sartén se utiliza para cocinar.
and here you have a true fact. I would actually say la sartén. However, if you check the official dictionary, you will see that this has two genders, masculine and feminine. So either or is correct. Another very common one is azúcar. So if you see this word on this little pack of sugar, sometimes you can see the word azúcar morena. Azúcar morena. However, many people call it el azúcar. Azúcar also has two genders. For example,
El azúcar es mala para los dientes. El azúcar es mala para los dientes.
and here something very interesting happens because she's using el azúcar, which is masculine, but she's saying at the same time es mala para los dientes. So el azúcar, masculine, and mala, feminine, she's using both genders. This is another demonstration that this has ambiguous gender. Another word that is ambiguous is mar. Mar, because it could be el mar o la mar. For example,
Me gustó mucho la novela del viejo y la mar. Me gustó mucho la novela del viejo y la mar.
good. Another one is armazón, that could be masculine or feminine. For example,
El armazón de mis lentes es color negro. El armazón de mis lentes es color negro.
the next one, guys, is agravante, that once again can take two genders. Basically, an agravante is something that makes a situation worse. Okay? For example,
Esa discusión fue un agravante para su relación. Esa discusión fue un agravante para su relación.
nice. Another one that we have is interrogante. Interrogante, which is a synonym of pregunta. For example,
Desde hace tiempo tengo una interrogante que no me deja dormir. Desde hace tiempo tengo una interrogante que no me deja dormir.
¿y cuál es esa interrogante, Jess?
Saber si cambio el armazón de mis lentes es cambiar todos los lentes.
Good question. Another common one is lente, el lente or la lente. For example,
Hace unos meses se rompió el lente de la cámara. Hace unos meses se rompió el lente de la cámara.
And that's 100% correct. Rompimos la lente de la cámara hace algunos meses. Another common word is radio. And radio, once again, can take two genders, el radio o la radio. And even though this word has many meanings, such as in geometry, and also radio frequency, but also the instrument where you hear the radio frequency, we actually refer to the instrument in this case, okay? And it could be el radio o la radio. For example,
Me gusta mucho escuchar el radio por las mañanas. Me gusta mucho escuchar el radio por las mañanas.
okay guys, so another word is marathon, which is the same as in English. Marathon, but in Spanish it can have two genders. For example,
El año pasado corrí un maratón de 5 kilómetros. El año pasado corrí un maratón de 5 kilómetros.
that's impressive.
Yeah.
Nice. And another one is dote. And dote is two things. Number one, a quality or a gift. And also it could be a dowry. Okay? For example,
Ese chico tiene grandes dotes artísticos. Ese chico tiene grandes dotes artísticos.
very good. And the last one that we have, guys, is esperma. That doesn't need too much explanation or example, but it could be el esperma o la esperma.
That's all for today, my beautiful friends of SpanishPod101.com.
Yeah, thank you for watching this video, guys, and remember that you can download our free PDF cheat sheets that are truly awesome, that will boost your vocabulary. And please don't forget to create your lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com. See you in our upcoming video.
Ya, hasta luego.
¿Qué onda, Jess? ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, Diego, ¿y tú?
Pues más o menos, no me fue nada bien en mi cita con Marta. No sé por qué últimamente me está yendo muy mal en el amor.
¿Ya probaste poner a San Antonio de cabeza?
¿San Antonio de cabeza?
Sí.
¿Hablas del santo?
Sí.
Pues no, la verdad no, pero sí me puse un calzón rojo en Año Nuevo y pues no ha surtido efecto.
Lo más seguro es que te hayan barrido los pies. Pero, ¿sabes qué? Yo estoy muy preocupada porque mi hermana está embarazada.
Oye, qué bien. Solo dile a tu hermana que no salga durante el eclipse porque ya sabes que eso tiene consecuencias.
¿Consecuencias?
Sí, el labio leporino.
Ah,
Sí, y también cuando nazca el bebé, asegúrate de que siempre lleve un listón rojo. Siempre para evitar el mal de ojo.
ok.
Y también, si las personas lo ven mucho, asegúrate que lo toquen igual para evitar el mal de ojo.
De acuerdo, sí.
Hello there, my beautiful friends of SpanishPod101.com. As you already know, my name is Diego.
I'm Efraín.
And
My name is Jess.
today, guys, we're going to talk about a very Mexican topic, and that's superstitions that we as Mexicans have. You will be impressed. I didn't know how many superstitions we have until this video.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, we had a lot. A lot.
Yeah, so enjoy this video. Okay, guys, so today we're going to check superstitions in Mexico. Yeah, believe it or not, we have a lot of these. You may have already heard about some of them, but we are sure that you haven't heard many. So in this video, we're going to tell you several that are super interesting. But you know what? For this video, I'm not gonna be Diego. I'm gonna be Efra.
I'm sorry, it was too fast. So, let's start with the first one. So, the first one is...
No dejes que nadie te barra los pies.
So, don't let anyone sweep your feet because you won't get married. Well, that's what we believe. So, what do you think about it?
Mi abuela lo dijo hace unos años y pues aunque todavía no me caso, yo creo que sí lo voy a hacer.
Ok. Bueno, a mí me barrieron los pies una vez, pero me va bien en el amor. Bueno, la verdad no. Okay, so let's go to the second one. And the second one is...
No dejes que se caiga la sal dentro de tu casa o que alguien te la pase de mano a mano.
Yeah. So don't let the salt fall, okay? Don't let it fall. And don't let anyone to give you the salt shaker to your hand, from hand to hand. It is bad luck for
Exacto.
us. Mhm.
Sí.
Yeah, like, has it happened to you?
Sí, mi papá dijo que si alguien me daba el salero en la mano iba a estar muy salada. Y pues sí, cuando algo no me sale muy bien durante todo el día, pues es porque estoy salada.
Exactly. So we have that expression. Estar salado or estar salada. To have bad luck. Yo estoy salado en el amor.
Por dos.
Okay, so the third one is
El labio leporino. Cuando una mujer embarazada sale durante un eclipse a la calle, su bebé tendrá el labio leporino.
yeah, so don't let any pregnant woman to go out during an eclipse, okay? Because the baby will be born with a cleft palate. So be careful. Actually, why do we think this?
Yo pienso que esto es muy prehispánico. De hecho, los aztecas son quienes pensaban eso y pues tal vez era de muy mala suerte tener un hijo así.
Uh-huh. They used to call it a bite from the sun. Una mordida del sol. Okay, so we have another superstition, and that is,
Usar calzones de cierto color en Año Nuevo te traerá suerte ese año.
yeah, of course, depending on the color you wear in your underwear during the New Year's Eve, you will receive a different chance, okay? For example,
Usar calzones rojos te hará tener buena suerte en el amor. Usar calzones amarillos te traerá buen dinero en ese año. Usar calzones blancos te hará tener buena salud. Y usar calzones negros tendrás buen sexo ese año.
of course, really good. Well,
¿Tú cuáles usaste este año?
yeah, no usé nada.
Ahí el problema.
¿Y tú?
¿Amarillos?
Very good. Okay, but we have another superstition, and that is,
Poner a San Antonio de cabeza.
yeah, you have to put the image of this saint. You have to put it upside down to have luck in love. ¿Tú lo has hecho?
No. Sí me va mal, pero no estoy tan desesperada.
Okay, se ve como algo desesperado usar el santo de cabeza.
Sí.
Yo nunca lo he hecho tampoco, pero quizá lo intente pronto. Okay, but talking about superstitions related to love, you can also use this one.
Ponerte debajo de la mesa en Año Nuevo.
Yeah, you have to be under a table during the New Year's Eve, okay? So that will bring you luck in love.
Yes.
Really good. As Mexicans, we have another superstition, and this is very, very common. Any part of Mexico, you will hear this one, and this is,
Utilizar un listón rojo para evitar el mal de ojo.
yeah, el mal de ojo. But you have to wear a red strip to avoid bad luck. So when someone stares at you without touching you, he gives you bad luck. She or he gives you bad luck, and that is called mal de ojo. Mal de ojo. But it is very dangerous in babies, right?
Sí, ellos pueden incluso hasta morir si les echan mal de ojo.
Exacto. Tengo un primo que dice que su papá tuvo un hermano que murió por mal de ojo. Por
Caray.
mal de ojo.
Eso es término médico, no sabemos.
No sé por qué se muere alguien por mal de ojo, pero he oído varias personas decir se murió por mal de ojo. Mal de ojo. So, yeah. Okay, so we have one very interesting for you. And this is the owl, singing outside your house.
Sí, si un búho está cantando afuera de tu casa, es que está anunciando que alguien morirá pronto.
Yeah, he's announcing or she's announcing that someone near to you will die soon. De hecho, en algunos países de Latinoamérica creen que los búhos son brujas.
Exacto, sí, y de hecho los atrapan y los matan.
Yeah. Very sad. I hate it.
Sí, también yo.
Okay, but we have another one. And the other one is,
Si sueñas que se te caen los dientes es porque morirás pronto.
yeah, if you dream with your teeth falling down, someone near to you will die also. So don't dream with it. No sueñes. Yo lo soñé una vez y tuve miedo.
Pero sigues vivo.
No, pero alguien más se muere. Alguien más se muere. Sigo vivo, pero alguien más se muere de todos modos.
De acuerdo.
Okay. Okay. So here's the next one.
Pasar un huevo por todo tu cuerpo o por ciertos lugares de tu casa para evitar las malas vibras.
Mm-hmm. So you can clean yourself of bad luck by putting the egg in all your body and cleaning it. And even in some parts of your house you can use the egg. Y creo que puedes comprobar tu mala suerte cuando partes el huevo.
Lo abres y es de color negro.
Sí, es de color negro.
Algo así.
Ajá. O el huevo no flota en el agua.
What?
Doesn't float. Ajá. En el agua.
Raro.
Sí.
Estornudar más de 3 veces o que te zumben los oídos es porque alguien está hablando de ti.
Yeah. When you hear a buzz in your ears or when you sniff like 3 times in a row, it means that someone is talking about you.
Or a sound like
Yeah. Toot. If you hear something like that, toot, it means that someone is talking about you. Alguien te recuerda, ¿no?
Sí.
A mí me zumban todo el tiempo. Creo que la gente me recuerda.
Te recuerda bastante, tal vez por tus videos.
Ah. And also, when you sniff, grandmothers used to say something.
Jesús, María y José para evitar que te enfermes pronto.
Yeah, exactly. So they say this instead of bless you, so you don't get sick. Jesús, María y José. Bueno, al menos mis tías sí me dicen eso.
¡Achú!
Jesús, María y José.
Gracias.
Te he salvado. That's it for today, my beautiful family of SpanishPod101.com. Thank you for everything. Gracias. Gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to this beautiful channel, write your comments down there, give us your thumbs up, and sign up for your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com.
Destroy that like button, guys, and
Yeah.
see you in our upcoming video.
Hasta luego.
Adiós.
How are your Spanish listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear the question in Spanish. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end.
Dos estudiantes están hablando. ¿Qué día es hoy? ¿El examen de matemáticas será la próxima semana?
Sí, el martes.
¿El martes? El profesor había dicho que sería el jueves.
No, él dijo que el examen sería el martes y los resultados los daría el jueves.
Ah, ¿en serio? Entonces tenemos solo 4 días, incluyendo hoy.
Sí, estudiemos juntos.
¿Qué día es hoy? Dos estudiantes están hablando. ¿Qué día es hoy? ¿El examen de matemáticas será la próxima semana?
Sí, el martes.
¿El martes? El profesor había dicho que sería el jueves.
No, él dijo que el examen sería el martes y los resultados los daría el jueves.
Ah, ¿en serio? Entonces tenemos solo 4 días, incluyendo hoy.
Sí, estudiemos juntos.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time!
Want to speak more of your target language? Then you'll need to know more words and phrases. Except the problem is, memorizing word lists is painful and boring. But the good news is you don't have to memorize for hours to boost your vocabulary and speak more. You can glance through our printable visual flashcards and easily master over 1,500 of the most common words. How to learn the 1,500 most common words with visual flashcards. And in this guide, you'll discover 1. How to get free access to visual flashcards, 2. How to learn words easily without painful memorization, and 3. Why these flashcards help you acquire words faster than typical word lists or digital flashcards. But first, if you're not a member of our language learning system, which gives you free access to this special resource, then be sure to sign up for a free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account right now. First, what are visual flashcards? Visual flashcards are printable, illustrated flashcards that teach you over 1,500 of the most common words across 60 topics. Just download the PDFs, print them out in two-sided format, cut out the flashcards, and start learning. Now, how can you learn words fast with these flashcards? The best way to learn anything is not to cram or memorize for hours a day, but to go through and review the words for just a few minutes a day, every day. That repetition is what locks the language into your memory, and eventually you'll get used to the words like it's your own native language. Also, all flashcards include an image for each word, so your brain can easily create a connection between the image and the word and help you remember it better, instead of just relying on text, as is the case with most digital flashcards and word lists. Third, here's how you learn with the visual flashcards. After printing and cutting them out, you can go through the cards and review them for just a few minutes a day. Also, be sure to read the words out loud for speaking practice. You can also test yourself by looking at the meaning and trying to recall the word in the target language. If you don't remember, just flip the card over to get the answer. You can also have a friend test you. And you can place the cards on the objects they represent around your home. So for the card for the window, you can tape that to the window, and you'll quickly memorize the word after seeing it a few times. So, if you want to speak more of your target language and add over 1,500 words to your vocabulary, download our printable visual flashcards right now for free. Just click the link in the description to sign up for a free lifetime account and get free access. If you're a beginner language learner, you've probably already realized just how many words there are that you need to learn, and you already feel overwhelmed by that thought alone. How is it possible to learn thousands of words when you can't remember the few words you learned last week? Well, the good news is, if you're a beginner, you don't need to know thousands to start speaking the language. How to learn the 100 most common words on loop. In this guide, you'll discover 1. Why 100 words is all you need as a beginner, and 2. How to master these 100 words without painful memorization with our free study tools. But first, if you don't yet have access to our language learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. First, why are 100 words all you need as a beginner? Because overwhelming yourself with 1,000 words is not a good way to learn. And because of something called the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle. This states that 80% of your progress and results will come from just 20% of what you've done, meaning you'll get the best results from focusing on a few things instead of trying to do everything. In the case of language, learning the top 100 words helps you understand a lot of the language. So instead of overwhelming yourself by learning all the words, many of which you won't hear in daily conversations, you'll get much better results by focusing on the top 100 words, like you, this, that, today, Friday, and so on. And you can easily learn 100 words in a month if you learn around 3 to 4 words a day every day. In month 2, you can learn 100 more and slowly build your way up. Second, how can you do this? You can learn the 100 most common words with our learning system. When you join, just look for the vocabulary menu and click on 100 most common words in the drop-down menu. This study tool is 100% free for all members. For each word, you get a picture, the audio pronunciation, and an example sentence. You can simply review this list for a few minutes a day. Write the words out in a notebook, or you can use our slideshow tool and master these words without painful memorization. Just click on View Slideshow and sit back and follow along. The slideshow will play one word after the other, along with the audio pronunciation, the meaning, the image, and the example sentence. You can also set it to play the target language only, without the translations. And even better, if you set the slideshow to play on loop, you can keep the words playing non-stop until they're stuck in your brain. Just imagine, you could spend a few days listening to the words on loop, master them all without hard work, and speak a lot of your target language. So, if you want to master the 100 most common words with our free word list and slideshow tool, then sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. If you're a beginner language learner, you've probably already realized just how many words there are that you need to learn, and you already feel overwhelmed by that thought alone. How is it possible to learn thousands of words when you can't remember the few words you learned last week? Well, the good news is, if you're a beginner, you don't need to know thousands to start speaking the language. How to learn the 100 most common words on loop. In this guide, you'll discover 1. Why 100 words is all you need as a beginner, and 2. How to master these 100 words without painful memorization with our free study tools. But first, if you don't yet have access to our language learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. First, why are 100 words all you need as a beginner? Because overwhelming yourself with 1,000 words is not a good way to learn. And because of something called the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle. This states that 80% of your progress and results will come from just 20% of what you've done, meaning you'll get the best results from focusing on a few things instead of trying to do everything. In the case of language, learning the top 100 words helps you understand a lot of the language. So instead of overwhelming yourself by learning all the words, many of which you won't hear in daily conversations, you'll get much better results by focusing on the top 100 words, like you, this, that, today, Friday, and so on. And you can easily learn 100 words in a month if you learn around 3 to 4 words a day every day. In month 2, you can learn 100 more and slowly build your way up. Second, how can you do this? You can learn the 100 most common words with our learning system. When you join, just look for the vocabulary menu and click on 100 most common words in the drop-down menu. This study tool is 100% free for all members. For each word, you get a picture, the audio pronunciation, and an example sentence. You can simply review this list for a few minutes a day. Write the words out in a notebook, or you can use our slideshow tool and master these words without painful memorization. Just click on View Slideshow and sit back and follow along. The slideshow will play one word after the other, along with the audio pronunciation, the meaning, the image, and the example sentence. You can also set it to play the target language only, without the translations. And even better, if you set the slideshow to play on loop, you can keep the words playing non-stop until they're stuck in your brain. Just imagine, you could spend a few days listening to the words on loop, master them all without hard work, and speak a lot of your target language. So, if you want to master the 100 most common words with our free word list and slideshow tool, then sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. Remember, here's what you can do to learn all of these words by heart. Drill these words with our spaced repetition flashcards, which will help cement these words into your long-term memory. Save them to the word bank, your personal vocabulary collection, where you can print out your own study sheets, or review the words with our looped vocabulary slideshow, and play it until you know all of the words. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to get these lessons and study tools. Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is how to read the fast and easy way with extensive reading. Is reading in your target language hard for you? Do you have to stop and look up words every other second? If so, then you're probably avoiding reading because it can be hard when you're going about it the wrong way. And it's a shame because reading improves your language overall, and by avoiding it, you're slowing down your own progress. Luckily, there is an easy way to master reading, even if you're a beginner and even if you've struggled before. And today, you'll discover 2 things you need to make reading easy, all about the extensive reading learning strategy, and 6 ways to practice reading with our program. But first, if you're looking for new free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Learning to Cook Conversation Cheat Sheet. Learn all the must-know cooking phrases with this new cheat sheet. Download it for free right now. Second, the Most Common Adjectives PDF ebook. You'll master over 90 common adjectives with this bonus PDF picture ebook. You can download and review it on any device. Third, how to talk about your weekend. If you can't talk about your weekend plans, then this 1-minute lesson will get you speaking. You'll learn the must-know phrases like sleep, hang out with friends, play video games, and much more. Fourth, how to count from 0 to 100. Do you know how to count from 1 to 10? How about to 100? This quick word list will get you mastering numbers in just a minute. Fifth, the 50 most common verbs all beginners must know. Do you know all of these verbs? If not, this lesson will drill the 50 most common verbs into your head. Just use the free audio slideshow tool inside. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. How to read the fast and easy way with extensive reading. You've probably tried reading a book in your target language before. Maybe you bought a book and thought you could learn from it, and chances are it's now sitting on a shelf. What happened? Most likely there were too many words you didn't know. You had to stop and look each one up, and you gave up. Reading in a new language can be tough if you approach it the wrong way. But it's a powerful skill that you shouldn't ignore, because reading spills into other areas as well. You'll learn words and grammar patterns much easier through reading than anything else, and this will improve your speaking skills as well. Also, reading is something you can do without a teacher, on your own time and on your own terms, which makes it an easy skill to practice. So how can you make it easier? There are 2 tricks to making reading easier. First, the 2 things you need to make reading easy. First, you need level-appropriate reading material. The books you struggled with were likely not for your level, and if you had something for your level, you wouldn't need a dictionary every 5 seconds. Where can you get level-appropriate reading material? Just look for our extensive reading books on the site. And, by the way, extensive reading is a learning strategy where you read as many level-appropriate books as possible, skip over words you don't know, and keep on reading. The goal here is quantity. You improve because of all the books you go through. And these books are super simple. At the beginner levels, just a line or 2 per page. And if this sounds like a book for elementary school kids, then you're right. If you're brand new to reading, then that's your level. At intermediate and advanced levels, they're much more complex, with stories and many words on the pages. But if you're brand new and if you've just learned the alphabet, then the absolute beginner ones are perfect for you. Now, what about the second trick? The second trick is you need to use text and audio at the same time. Why? So you can listen and follow along. You know how to pronounce every word, and on your second read-through, you'll be able to read it all without the audio because you've already heard the words. The good news is all of our reading lessons on our site give you the text and audio, so you can easily read, follow along, and hear the pronunciation. So, now that you know the 2 tricks, you still have to implement them, right? Well, here's how. Part 2. 6 ways to practice reading with our program. Remember, you need 2 things. 1, level-appropriate reading material, and 2, a combination of text and audio, so you can listen and follow along. You get that with all of our lessons on the site, including our extensive reading books. So, the first way to improve your reading is read the extensive reading books that are appropriate for your level. You'll find them in your lesson library. We have books for all levels: absolute beginner, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. The goal of extensive reading is to read as much as possible, skip words you don't know, and keep going. To make it even easier, these books come with audio and line-by-line breakdown and translations, so you can follow along with the audio and never miss a word. By the way, you can print these books out, so you can keep them and review them at any time. The second way is read the line-by-line dialogues for every lesson you take. The line-by-line dialogue is just a breakdown of the lesson conversation, where you get the translation, transliteration, and audio for each of the lines. With this tool, you can just read the text or combine text and audio and listen and follow along. The third way is print out the lesson notes and review the lesson dialogue. Having the printed physical material is a lot easier than logging in and looking for the notes for a certain lesson. But you can always read the lesson notes on the site too. The fourth way to practice reading is, if you're learning a language that requires romanization, like Japanese, Hebrew, or Korean, and if you're a lower level, then read the romanized version. Yes, it's a bit of a crutch, but you can easily see how the words are written and pronounced. Then, switch over to the target language and reread. You can do this with all of our lessons with the dialogue tool. The fifth way, ask your Premium Plus teacher for reading assignments, and you'll get these weekly. One helpful trick is to record yourself reading out loud and send that to your teacher. They'll correct your pronunciation and provide feedback. The sixth way is the most important one and will give you the biggest bang for your buck. The sixth tactic is reread again and again. Whether you're using our extensive reading books, the dialogue, or anything else, reading once is not enough. Coming back to reread is how you start reading faster. It's how you remember all those words for good, and it's how you start understanding everything at a glance. So go ahead and visit our site and look for the extensive reading books. You can access them for free with a free lifetime account. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how to speak more with your personal language learning profile. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! Great work. Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.